Today we're going to be doing some hip stretching, tightness in your hips, or if you want to strengthen and get a little bit more flexibility and mobility in your hips. First off, we're going to start off with the 90-90, so we want to keep a 90 degree in the front leg and a 90 degree in the back leg. If this is too hard for you, you can always bring the legs closer in so that the degree isn't too harsh. You want to practice staying as upright as possible. You might feel it in the outside hip a little bit depending on how tight it is. So we're going to go back out to 90 and 90, and I'm going to lean towards my front knee. So here, as best as I can, and lean towards my front knee and bring my chest to my knee or to the floor. Then you can bring your hands out in front of you like so. You'll feel a stretch in the right hip or whatever leg is out in front. Feel a nice stretch there. And we want to keep this dynamic. For me specifically, I don't really like to hold these movements static because I think it's more beneficial if we can have them move dynamically, because our body moves dynamically, is not always in static positions. But holding a small stretch there isn't necessarily a bad thing. Then from here, once that feels okay, you can make it a little bit more challenging, and then you can lean back as well. So you go front here, and then you can lean back, and now you're gonna feel it in this back leg and in the back hip, because now the leg needs to rotate, and there'll be a little bit more pressure and internal rotation on that back leg when you lean back into it. Once that feels good, you can switch to the other side and repeat. So 90-90, stay as upright as possible and leaning over the front leg. For this side is way tighter for me and it feels more uncomfortable, but make sure that you're always moving throughout these movements. You can lean back. So just moving back and forth in between these movements will help those a lot. If you want to make this even more challenging, what you can do is you can drive this back knee or the inside of the knee into the floor and try and lift your foot off the ground. So if you can do it with your hands down first, and you can kind of go here. I like to have my hand on my front leg and then try to lift up my back foot here. You're gonna feel it in the hip, you're gonna feel it in the glute. You might even cramp up if you try this. If you wanna challenge yourself, you can even try and stay upright and then try to do that. See, it's really hard for me to do that. I feel it a lot in the glute here, and it almost feels like it's cramping for me. Lift up the back leg first, and then try to do it while staying upright.